You know, the Donald Trump won because it was more about privilege than it was about principle. Let's not kid ourselves. He knows all the code words. He had the backing, and he knows how to tap into things that are buzz and code words. I don't think he's any more qualified than Kamala Harris was. There's no qualification. He's a businessman. It showed that. He came up very short when there was a major crisis a few years ago. That's why Joe Biden snuck in and got him. And he didn't own up to it. That was a lack of leadership. I don't expect anything else. But see, if you were born and bred and you didn't really see things for what they really are, and you're not about the superficial and all the glib and all the hype and all the smoke and mirrors, you don't believe the hype. You read a room. When you read a room, people like familiarity and they like privilege. I laugh when I hear people say, oh, we don't want immigrants and stuff. Well, I throw something interesting to you. Who's the best baseball player today? His name is Shohei Ohtani. He is from Japan. Hits great, pitches great. Left one part of LA, went to the other part of LA. Not only did he get a league MVP, he got a World Series ring. But if you watch his interviews, he had an interpreter, makes $50 million, had an alleged situation with some gambling, which people had forgotten all about, got married. He's clean, wholesome guy. No problem. And I know you're going to say, well, that's baseball, that's entertainment. But is he an American citizen? He's on American soil making money. Are you going to tell Soy Tiny he can't stay in the States and that you can't tax him? The best basketball player is Nikola Jokovic. Serb. Been a 3-time league MVP, finals MVP, world champion. Best player going. His last 4 years speaks for themselves. He can't continue to have a prosperous career. See, when you start talking as immigrant that you can't, America was built on immigrants. So that is a fatal flaw to use that as all these people coming when that's what's there. Matter of fact, I use baseball and basketball because that's part of my entertainment. So from entertainment perspectives, it's sealed and deal. No one has a right to claim anything in the States per se. You know, Black folks are the Native Americans of the original, but that reparation step has never been taken care of. To me, that's the only thing that really matters is how you balance stuff out, not about trying to camouflage and also dance around issues. But this is about privilege over principle. I never see anything morally right about the soul stuff associated with Trump, and there's a lot of stuff that. But he talks the scare tactic, good guy talk, which people feel comfortable. The boogeyman talk that works. The bully talk that works. What we're gonna do, how we gonna do, what we gonna do. And people like that glibness and that tough act and routine. That's what they like. We're going to conveniently forget that his right hand, Rudy Giuliani, had the forfeiture over properties because of the last election. Or we're going to conveniently forget that said situation, a person said that people were lying about voting and cast all this horrendous and all this mayhem and this madness and conflict of interest. But when it sells said agenda, it doesn't go for folks who look like me. But they've used folks who look like me to sell this agenda back, to throw this incredible smokescreen to say that, well, if you this is this and that, even though the mess is a pile that is a combination platter. And what a lot of people don't get is that neither party is going to do anything for you. You're not going to get miraculously less school debts if you go into school or hospital bills or anything like that. You're not going to get that. But this agenda of this tough talk and this agenda, all it does is just the same as it was. And if you remember when Trump was in, just so you know, The Black Lives Matter movement took over even more. Remember George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, which we're still dealing with. And I only say that to say that this man stood there in the middle of a driveway with an upside down Bible. But somehow, with everything that's going on, this is as best as they can come up with to represent the so-called freest country in the world. Interesting. And on top of that, when you look at everything in totality, but again, it's about selling a privilege over principles. There's no morals. Mitch McConnell, he will act like he got amnesia and go blank again because he wants that bag. Ted Cruz gets called all kinds of insulting themes, and a lot of them do, because it's about maintaining that privilege. It's privilege over morals and principles. That's what it's about. There's no principles of morality with Trump, but that's what they want. So I don't want to hear no complaints and no crying or no moaning, because this is what they want. Want someone who says those kind of things, which really doesn't solve anything. You'd think that you saw this act before and all that went down. And they're going to be the ones to say, well, Kamala wasn't qualified. Well, Trump isn't qualified either. He's a businessman. He had no agenda. He couldn't pass nothing the last time. And I don't see anything beyond the showmanship and emprise. I guess you could say I kind of look at Trump like I look at Vince McMahon, with a nod to Hugh Hefner. That's how I look at it. Taking it out the Reagan playbook and the Nixon playbook as well. And learn the way to kind of, in a twisted way, learn how to nudge between lines like Bill Clinton. There's like a hybrid of a lot of personalities involved in that. And maybe that's why some of the rappers like him so much. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for nothing, share it if you like, hit that membership, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. No crying. You'd rather have privilege over principle.